Diwali, popularly known as the Festival of Lights, is normally celebrated with parties, gifts and religious ceremonies. But with many places of worship closed and restrictions in place, traditional celebrations aren't possible this year. Seema Katecha joins me now from Buckinghamshire to take us through some more on this story. Seema.
Yes, Anita, Diwali won't be the same for worshippers this year because, as you say, families won't be able to get together. They won't be able to exchange food and gifts. And so it's going to be a Diwali with a difference. And I had a chat with the Chancellor yesterday, who is a practising Hindu, Rishi Sunak, about what he would say to people who are not able to see their family and how he felt about restrictions probably being lifted in time for Christmas, but obviously not in time for Diwali tomorrow. Sisters Chaya and Maya lighting candles by a statue of their Hindu deity.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Like Christmas and other religious festivals, Diwali brings gifts, songs and traditional food. Although the sisters are excited about its imminent arrival, they know this year won't be the same.
We still got the lights and the fireworks, but you can't meet up with your family and friends. You have to do it on Zoom. But that's okay. At least get to see them not face to face. But it's still like a bit sad because we actually want to maybe hug them.
Their grandparents live just minutes away, but aren't in their bubble. They talk online, and tomorrow will be no different. But there'll be no exchanging of food and no dancing with cousins.
Normally we would dance and perform at our grandpa's house, as you saw. So we would dance and sing and gather.
We do a big show and we would practice for one night. We would have got it all correct.
And this year perhaps will be more poignant than usual. South Asians have been disproportionately affected by coronavirus. The girls' grandparents lost a close friend to the virus, and so this Diwali, they say, will have a sombre tone.
We are in close contact with his wife and, of course, not very far from us, being a good friend, but of course will be missed in that respect. That one friend we have lost.
The Chancellor, a practising Hindu, is urging those who celebrate to stay at home, even though they may be tempted to visit relatives.
I know how difficult it is. I mean, it's so difficult for us not to want to see each other, like it is for everybody, especially at this time of year. But we've just got to stick with this for a couple more weeks, and we're going to get through this. To keep everyone safe right now, just follow the rules.
But there are those, Chancellor, who have said that they're frustrated that the restrictions could be lifted in time for Christmas, but won't be lifted in time for Diwali. What would you say to those people?
Well, I mean, we've had restrictions all the way through this year. There's lots of different religious and cultural celebrations that happen. We can't control the spread of the virus. The virus is doing what it's doing, and we have to react to that. And that's got to be the right way to approach this.
This is Neasden Temple. It's one of Britain's most popular temples, and it hosts the largest Diwali and Hindu New Year celebrations in Europe. But not this year. There'll be no packed car parks, there'll be no line of worshippers waiting to go inside, but instead there'll be virtual ceremonies for thousands of people to watch from the safety of their home. Special days like this one bring the differences caused by COVID into sharp and often painful focus. Seema Katecha, BBC News. So what does happen at Diwali is worshippers do exchange a lot of gold. It's something that is done in traditional households. But is this year going to be any different because of the lockdown? The fact that they can't see each other, the fact that the exchange, they can't actually do it tangibly. So I guess it's going to be done for many people in the post perhaps, or through Zoom online. Somebody who's going to talk to me about the impact Diwali and the restrictions in place have had on the gold industry is David Crawford. He's the director of Baird Co. Thanks for coming on, David. Just tell me, has it made an impact on your trade?
Yes, it has. Typically, we see 20 to 30% growth month on month during the period of Diwali. It is the most auspicious gold buying time in the Hindu calendar. And many Indians buy gold during this time in order to secure financial prosperity for the following year. Now, clearly, many families are unable to meet each other because of the current COVID restrictions, and we've seen that directly impact the desire for customers to want to gift in absence of them being able to see their family members.
So what you're saying is that it's actually seen a boost, because we've been speaking to so many businesses in recent weeks that have actually made a loss. Has the opposite happened to you?
Yes, it has. We have a store in Hatton Garden that's remained open for collections and deliveries by appointment only. We also have our refinery in East London, which, due to the COVID essential role that we play in the production of silver for the NHS in the prevention of Legionnaire's disease, we have remained open, and therefore, because we're in full control of our value chain, being the UK's only large-scale gold refiner, we're able to actually continuing to manufacture products, get metal through the refinery, and then sell through to customers via our store and our online website.
And we do see, don't we, David, at times of financial crisis that the price of gold sometimes does go up. And that's what's happened this time, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. So it does impact the size of the materials that customers may purchase. So typically, instead of maybe buying a 5 gram bar, they may be buying a 1 gram bar or a 10 gram bar instead of a 20 gram bar. But we do see a strong link to those customers still holding gold as a very important and symbolic, religious and ceremonial piece of the Indian community, certainly in the United Kingdom.
Thank you, David Crawford. So, Anita, if you're lucky, you might get some gold in the post.
Chance would be a fine thing. Seema, thank you very much. Seema Katecha there for us.